If you want some, come get some.
This is such good
I am the visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am Seth.
Give it great. I can't give the stuff to Nestle, but I can give it to my mama. I can give it to my mommy.
Acknowledge me.
Lately, he just hasn't been.
What's going on, everybody? And welcome to another edition of Rasslin with Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Ryan, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about how much the Rams suck. No, I'm just kidding.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
a tough loss today, but it's okay. No, we're here to talk about the Royal Rumble. We're going to preview the Rumble, give our predictions, and we're also going to talk about, some of our favorite Royal Rumble moments in the past.
Some of our favorite Royal Rumble moments. Royal Rumble's in a couple weeks. It is live from Indianapolis. Get that out of here. That is creepy. Get that out of here. It looks like a Teletubby. Then why the hell did you bring that?
Because why not? It's the GOAT.
It's not the goat. It looks like what's that guy from oh God, my nephew used to watch this guy. He used to wear glasses and well, he used to like talk about the excavators and all that.
And anyway, yeah, let's talk Rumble.
Talk Rumble. All right. So the Rumble's in a couple of weeks. How you looking? Are you looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, this is the most hyped I've been for a Rumble in a long time. It's a stacked Rumble, very unpredictable, and a lot more excitement, especially now that WWE and TNA signed a partnership. So it'll be interesting to see if we see any TNA guys coming into the Rumble or vice versa. In fact, I know there's a TNA pay-per-view coming and it's actually going to feature NXT. So that'll be interesting. Now we know more about the card. More of the card's been laid out. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it'll be definitely interesting to see. We're talking about a stacked Royal Rumble here. Guys that have already put their name into the hat for the Royal Rumble are CM Punk, John Cena, Roman Reigns. I mean, already, yeah,
Seth Rollins, like Rey Mysterio. It's gonna be a great Rumble.
definitely. So looking forward to it. But yeah, today we're talking about our all-time favorite Royal Rumbles. Let's get into it, man.
Yeah. So I know for me personally, my all-time favorite Rumble is the 2008 Royal Rumble. Simply because it's also like one of the first Royal Rumbles I actually remember like watching or like seeing highlights of at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that was also a big Rumble because you had John Cena's surprise return number 30 from his torn pec, which is something we thought he'd be gone for a year, and he came back in like a few months. But that Rumble match itself was like pretty. That Rumble match had a fair share of talent. You had Triple H, you had Batista, you had CM Punk, you had Kane, The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels starting at 1 and 2. That was a banger having those two start at 1 and 2.
Oh yeah,
especially with them being the last two in the Rumble prior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. What a great Royal Rumble that was. Especially towards the end, John Cena making his surprise return, because I think he had suffered a
torn pec.
Yeah.
That he got in a match on Raw, so we had to relinquish the WWE Championship. And his timeline, I think, was like 9 months to like a year.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going back for me, I've been watching the Royal Rumbles since, man, what was it, 97, 98, around there. 2000 is always a favorite of mine, the one that The Rock won, Madison Square Garden.
The Big Show won that one. Not The Rock, The Big Show won that one.
Look at The Rock will be recognized for winning that one.
The Big Show won that one.
But that Royal Rumble had Triple H versus Cactus Jack in a street fight for the WWF Championship. Amazing match. I think that's one of the matches that put Triple H really as a main eventer in this company. And then the Royal Rumble match was so entertaining in itself, and so having that Royal Rumble just set the tone for my childhood was pretty much one of the great ones.
Yeah. I've watched almost pretty much every Rumble since like 2000, 6. Well, could I actually like did a rewatch of the Rumbles like a while back, and I think I watched 2006
Hmm.
and on because those are the ones that's like I actually know like almost everybody that was in those matches. Um, so yeah, and then I know for me some of the greatest Rumble moments that I remember is just a recent one at Royal Rumble 2017, Cena winning number 16 in a classic with AJ Styles. That's my personal favorite Cena match. I know we have Cena versus Punk at Money in the Bank, but that's my personal favorite
Hmm.
Cena match. That was just like an all time classic, and then like some of the biggest returns in Rumble history, like we Edge in 2020. I think that was probably one of the biggest returns we've ever had in a Rumble.
Yeah. Um, that Royal Rumble, I mean, as good as it was, as good as the moment was for Drew McIntyre winning the Royal Rumble, will always be tainted because that's the day Kobe Bryant passed away. I can't
Yeah,
really think of that Rumble and think of fond memories of that day, but they did have some pretty good moments
yeah.
in that
And
Rumble.
that Rumble was like a tale of two Rumbles because the first half of the Rumble it was all Brock. Brock dominated, and then once he got eliminated, it was like a whole new match.
Hmm. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I mean, going down the list too. I mean, even though WWE doesn't talk about this guy, 2004, Chris Benoit, that was a great Royal Rumble. Uh,
Who?
Stevie Richards.
Oh,
Stevie
okay.
Richards. 2002. That was another stacked Royal Rumble. You had Austin, Rock. You had so many guys coming back. I think that was one of the first Royal Rumbles where you had guys
Like surprise
surprise,
returns.
yeah, surprise returns. I think Mr. Perfect returned. Goldust had returned. A couple other ones as well. But that was also the one where Maven drop kicked the Undertaker out.
Oh yeah, that was like the highlight of that year's Rumble.
Exactly.
That's the year Triple H won it, right?
Yeah.
Triple H won in
hmm
2002.
Yeah. Yeah, that moment of Maven kicking the Undertaker out of the Royal Rumble, drop kicking him out, lives in the lore of WWE.
Yeah, and like that was just a truly shocking moment. Especially the crazy fact is that the Undertaker pitched that. That was the Undertaker's idea.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and I like 2006. I think that was the year Rey Mysterio
Yep, he
won.
did it for Eddie.
He did it. Yeah, I think it came down to I think Ray and Triple H.
No, Ray and Randy Orton.
Oh, was it Ray and Randy
Yep,
Orton? Okay, but I think Ray and Triple H had like
they
well,
were
they
one and
started.
two.
Yeah,
They
they
were one and
started.
two, and they were in it till like the very end.
That's true. That's true. And then 2009, 2010, I can't really remember too much about those. They're all kind of blended in each other. 2011, that was the 40-man Royal Rumble. That one's pretty good. I remember Santino with
Almost
his,
pulling off the shock of the century
yep, with the
with the
Cobra.
Cobra. Yeah, that was a great moment. Sucks that Alberto Del Rio won that match, but it is what it is.
Alberto Del Dipshit.
Yep.
Yeah. 2012, I think that's the one to
Sheamus won.
Sheamus. Yeah.
2013, Cena's second Rumble win,
Yeah.
like twice in a lifetime.
Yeah, I still think that one wasn't really impressive for me. It's I don't know. I know how Punk had lost. I think they'll. I mean, for me, I remember it being about Punk and Rock during that whole pay per view. Cena winning just felt so forced. I don't know. I just felt like it should have been Punk's moment to go into WrestleMania. But
Yeah, yeah, and then you had some people who were saying Ryback should have won that Rumble,
oh god,
but yeah, we're glad that didn't happen. But yeah,
yeah,
it was like I said, like the early 2010s Rumbles were kind of like, man, they all blend together. But I think once we get to like 2018, once we get to like the first Women's Rumble, that's when we start to see it turn in like the Rumble and like the quality of the Rumble matches.
oh yeah, because 2014, 2015, they all sucked to be
20
honest.
it's better than 2015, especially like not even
Hmm.
The Rock could get Roman over in that Philly crowd.
No, and the crowd was booing the
Yeah,
fuck out of
and then
him.
I know 2016 people like that Triple H returned. They didn't like that he won the match, but they liked that he returned. 2017, that was
2017, that was the year that who won that one? Was it Roman?
No, because 2017. What year Rumble was that?
Wait,
Or what
2000.
Rumble was that?
What do you mean?
2017. Oh, Randy.
Was it
Randy won
Randy?
his second one. Yeah, that's what. And then that's when we got him versus Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 33.
But yeah,
That Rumble was meh. But 2018, at least on the first Women's Rumble, that's when I think we start seeing a change in the quality of the Rumble of the Royal Rumble.
exactly. Yeah, 2018 had another stacked lineup in there. I think that's Cena's last Royal Rumble to date, up until this
Yes.
this year's.
Yes, and that was the one where we saw like the old generation versus the new
Mhm.
generation because it was him, Randy, and Ray versus Finn, Roman, and Shinsuke. It was
Exactly.
like even though they were like the last six, but it was like those three versus like those three, and then Shinsuke won that Rumble, and then the first Women's Rumble main evented, and that was a great Rumble.
Yeah.
We saw Trish Stratus return at number 30. We saw Lita return. We saw a lot of returns for women that we hadn't seen in a long time. And
Hmm.
then, like the Bellas, we saw the Bellas return.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
Asuka won because she had her undefeated streak at the time.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, lots of good stuff. Then you had 2019. I think that's when Seth won. Yeah.
Seth won it, and then Seth won it.
I think it was Seth and Becky winning.
Well, because
Could
that
have
was
been
WrestleMania 35.
35.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So it was
Yeah.
Seth and Becky. And then
Hmm.
2020, you had Drew and Charlotte.
Yeah.
2021 was that Rumble.
I forget about that one
Rumble
too,
kind of sucked.
because that was in the
That was the Thunderdome. That was the
Thunderdome.
one Edge won from number one.
Yeah.
So that Rumble was like the superstars, and like the match itself wasn't bad, but it's just hard to watch it because there's no live crowd.
Hmm.
2022 was, oh god,
Horrible.
oh god, both Rumble matches were just terrible.
Yeah.
I think I was here with you watching that. Oh god,
Yeah.
those are terrible.
Brock, it felt so.
We knew the moment Brock lost the WWE Championship to Bobby, we knew he was winning the Rumble.
It was just so ridiculous. So ridiculous. And the whole Rumble match was horrible.
And then that's when we had the infamous Shane McMahon incident backstage.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Shit. Hold on.
Yeah, that's the infamous Shane McMahon incident we had.
Hmm.
Because that's when he booked it for it to be all about himself,
Yeah.
and that's when he was fired from.
I forgot about
WWE.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how
That's how
bad
bad
that
it
Rumble
was.
was.
Yeah.
Like, and then Ronda winning 2022. Oh, that was
Yeah, so nobody cared about Brock and Ronda at that point.
yeah.
Ronda Rousey had a great, 2018 was,
Rookie year.
yeah,
She
rookie
was
year.
great in her first year,
Mhm.
in WWE.
But then when she came back, she was just like, I don't know, just
She kind of just like became like super obnoxious and like
complained about everything.
bratty. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you have 2023. 2023 was actually a solid Rumble for the men's
it was.
because you saw the return of Cody, but then you saw Gunther go from all the way to number one all the way to the very end.
Yeah,
And we saw literally him and Cody have like a one-on-one for like 10 minutes. So 2023 Rumble was a solid match through and through.
exactly.
The Women's Rumble was pretty decent.
Yeah,
And then last year's Rumble matches were pretty good.
yeah, yeah. So over the last couple of years, well, since 2023, 2024, there were some decent Royal Rumbles. At least we weren't getting the dog shit under Vince McMahon that we.
Yeah. That's why I said that over the last few years we've seen a step up in like the
Mhm.
quality of like not just the Royal Rumble matches, but just like WWE itself.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
yeah.
What are some of your non-Royal Rumble matches in the pay-per-view of the Royal Rumble?
Well, I know I said one of them was John Cena versus AJ Styles when he won number 16.
Hmm.
That match is a classic. Like
Yeah.
those two tore the house down.
Hmm.
Sheesh. I can't really remember a lot of individual Rumble matches.
I think there's one you remember: John Cena versus Umaga.
Oh yeah, the Last Man Standing.
Yep.
That was a solid match. That was what 2007.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
A brutal
that
match.
brutal match. Probably one of the greatest Last Man Standing matches in history, if not probably the greatest.
Exactly.
man standing match. That match
Yep.
was like that, and that was another match that showed that John Cena's like, oh, okay, this guy can go. He can go at a main event level.
Mm-hmm.
He even made a guy like Umaga look like a star.
Yep. There's one triple threat match in 2015.
Oh yeah, Cena versus Rollins versus Brock.
Yeah.
I think in my opinion that's the best triple threat match in the history of the company.
It could be. It could be.
That match was like solid.
It
like,
was.
the three of them brought out the best in each other, especially from Brock. Like
Exactly.
we saw Brock do things we never thought we'd see Brock do.
No. And that he came out. I remember looking at Brock Lesnar and his physique was so on point. Little did we know he was going to go back to the UFC, a few months after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great triple threat match.
And that was the one where he broke his ribs and he was out, and then he came back.
Yep.
Later in the match. Oh yeah, that match was solid.
Yeah.
But those are some of my favorite like non-Royal Rumble matches.
Yeah. There's one 2003 Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit for the WWE title. If you never watched that match, it is a absolute banger of a match. You just think of Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle, and you get exactly what you think you're gonna get. Just two
of the best to ever do it, going head to head.
Exactly.
I personally haven't watched that. I don't think I've watched the Rumble out. I think I've seen 2006 and on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I've heard a lot of good things about that match.
That match was so good that they gave Chris Benoit a standing ovation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even though he lost, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But of course that match isn't talked about because of what happened. So.
Exactly. But yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What are some of your Royal Rumble predictions, Mike?
For this year, my Royal Rumble prediction is for Cena to win the Royal Rumble, but there's a big but here. We see Final Boss Rock use his power
to be number
and authority
31.
to be number 31, comes out, gets rid of the Fruity Pebbles trash, and Final Boss Rock wins the Royal Rumble to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
He's delusional. Again, what about the women's? Who do you got for the women's?
The women's, Charlotte Flair.
I have Becky. I think we're gonna, for the first time in the women's rumble, I think we're gonna have a 2-time winner.
Yeah,
I think this is the year we get a 2-time winner.
It's gonna be a great women's Royal Rumble. I feel like
there's so much room for surprises.
There is. I feel like lots of times there's there's not that much you kind of have to scramble to fit that many women into the Rumble.
Yeah,
this year you don't have to do that.
Yeah, because you have we're still awaiting the return of Charlotte, Becky, Alexa.
Yeah, I mean
potentially AJ Lee.
Potentially.
That would be huge.
But I don't think she would win. I think she's gonna.
I don't think she would win, but it would be huge if she made a return.
Yeah.
But there's so much room for surprises in this year's Women's Rumble. Probably the most surprises since the first one. Because the first one was we didn't know much outside of from those who were already declared.
Yeah.
So this is the first Women's Rumble since the first one that there's going to be a lot of surprises. So
a lot of NXT women, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we can see any TNA superstars in it.
Exactly.
So
many.
If we see, because there's rumors that Jordan Grace's contract with TNA is coming up soon, and she's already intended to sign with WWE when her contract's up. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to be in the match and who's going to win it. So
exactly,
it's unpredictable. That's what's great, and I feel like that's what's been lacking from a lot of these Royal Rumbles lately is that unpredictability, because most of these Rumbles just feel predictable.
Spit. Preach.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah, but I feel like some of these Rumbles have just felt very predictable the last few years. But I feel like this is genuinely the first year in a long time that anybody could win the Rumble.
What do you think is your men's?
Oh, you already know. I got my go.
CM Punk.
I got my go. I got
CM Punk.
I got Cena.
CM Punk.
I got Cena becoming the second man to win 3 Rumbles. But if not him, my second option is CM Punk, and then my third
Final Boss Rock.
My third option is Seth.
Okay. So you don't like mine?
I definitely think Seth, Punk, and Cena are going to be in the Final 4. or at least Punk and Cena will.
What about Roman Reigns?
And Roman, yeah. I definitely think you have Punk, Roman, and Cena as part of your final four. And that fourth man, well, that depends on who comes out at number 30 or potentially 31. So
Honestly, just thinking in my head now, the whole scenario where Final Boss Rock comes out does happen, but it's not on John Cena.
it's on Roman.
It's on Roman.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He'll eliminate Roman.
Yeah.
And then while he's eliminating Roman, Cena will get his comeuppance and eliminate The Rock.
No.
Or you think The Rock won't get eliminated, or you think The Rock won't actually enter the Rumble match?
No, he will.
He's not gonna win it.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not gonna win it.
He is.
The Rock. No, The Rock is not gonna win. He's not even gonna wrestle at WrestleMania, dude.
This guy believes.
Dude, he's
this guy
not gonna
believes-
wrestle at WrestleMania.
He believes everything.
He's gonna be there, but he's not
believes
gonna wrestle.
all the Dave Meltzer dirt sheets.
No,
He believes everything. Sean Ross Sapp.
Dude, I'm
He
not
believes
saying
everything
that.
he reads.
He's
dude.
not gonna wrestle at WrestleMania. If he was, we would have known already. Why do you think on Netflix he was being corporate Dwayne Johnson? He wasn't being The Rock. He wasn't being the final boss. He was
That's
being
what they want. That's
He
what
was
they want
being
you.
corporate. He was being corporate Dwayne.
This is wrestling, dude. Anything can happen.
He ain't winning the Rumble. He's not gonna wrestle at WrestleMania.
We're gonna pull this clip up in a couple weeks. We're gonna pull this clip up in a couple weeks. You are adamant that The Rock is not gonna enter the Royal Rumble.
You know I don't like The Rock. You know I can't stand The Rock.
Why? Tell us.
I can't stand The Rock.
Tell
That
us.
dude
Who hurt you?
I already know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say oh, Cena did the same thing later. But I don't like that The Rock literally left WWE hanging high and dry so he could go play a Tooth Fairy.
Vince McMahon allowed him to. Vince, you know that.
I know.
2000
I know. The Rock was one of the guys that Vince was allowed to not do whatever he wanted, but he allowed The Rock to have a more open schedule compared to everybody else.
So why is it in 2005, Vince and the WWE pretended to forget that The Rock's contract was coming due, and they didn't re-sign him? Oh.
I don't
Because if
I
The
don't
Rock
like
was that much, well, look at if he was a commodity and if both
Stone
sides
Cold
wanted,
made The Rock relevant.
if both sides wanted to work it out, they'd have worked it out.
There, that's my hot take, everyone. Stone Cold made The Rock relevant.
Stone Cold made wrestling relevant.
Stone Cold made the Attitude Era, not The Rock. Stone Cold.
Rock was number 2.
Yeah, okay, I can give you that. No, but no, Stone Cold made the Attitude Era, and Stone Cold made The Rock relevant.
I don't know. We'll see.
You can't deny the chemistry those two had, though.
They did.
Yeah,
Tremendous
they had
chemistry.
great chemistry.
3 WrestleManias main evented.
I know. That's you don't get that now.
Mhm.
You don't get the same 2 men main eventing WrestleMania on 3 separate occasions.
Exactly.
You get it maybe twice.
You
but-
got Brock and Roman Reigns, but
Yeah, but they did. It wasn't up to the quality of Rock and Stone Cold.
No way.
Those matches were some of the greatest main events in the history of WrestleMania.
exactly.
And I know both of them aren't the most ring savvy in ring technicians, but when you put those two in a ring together, you know they're gonna make magic.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, The Rock is not winning the Rumble, but John Cena is winning his 3rd Royal Rumble. He's going on to WrestleMania to beat Cody Rhodes and become a 17-time world champion.
Quickly, who do you think wins? Cody Rhodes or Kevin Owens?
Okay, see, this is the tough part because since KO didn't win at Saturday Night's main event like we thought he should have, KO can't afford another big loss in a title match 1-on-1. He's already taken he's lost every single world title match he's been in pretty much since he lost the Universal title.
Mm-hmm.
And so and with the way the stipulation is I honestly could see KO winning and then just dropping it back to Cody at Elimination Chamber.
It's very possible.
It won't hurt Cody to drop the title even if it's just for a month or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Cody's definitely going into WrestleMania with the WWE Championship. But
Yeah.
it wouldn't hurt if he dropped the title to KO.
It wouldn't hurt, but I just don't see them taking the title off now. You're this close to WrestleMania. I just can't see them having the balls to take the title off of Cody
If
Rhodes.
if KO wins, it's going to be a big shock
It would be a big shock.
because it would throw a wrench in the works of the WrestleMania main event plan potentially.
Exactly.
So, I think it could go either way. I'd see Cody winning, but if KO wins, I wouldn't be that surprised.
I'll have a prediction here in the Royal Rumble match, not about the winner, but I think Drew eliminates CM Punk somehow, and Drew also eliminates Seth.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah,
Because last year CM Punk eliminated Drew.
yeah,
So it makes sense if Drew got his revenge and eliminated Punk. And
exactly.
basically he's like, oh, look, for the second year in a row, I destroyed your dreams of main eventing WrestleMania.
Exactly.
So, yeah, no, I totally see that as a real possibility. So that's another great thing about this year's Royal Rumble is you already have, like, ongoing storylines that can just be elevated
Exactly.
in the Rumble. We don't get that often anymore.
No,
we
you
used
don't.
to, but we don't really get it that often anymore.
No.
Look, you have Seth, Punk, and Drew. Those three men hate each other.
Yep.
So if those three are in the Rumble at the same time, they're gonna go at they're going after each other.
Exactly.
They're gonna disregard everybody else in the match. Those three are just gonna go after each other, and they're gonna do whatever they can to get the other two men out.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah. But yeah, so my final prediction is Cena wins the men's Rumble, Becky Lynch wins the women's Rumble, and becomes the first two-time women's Rumble winner.
I think I'm gonna get the first 2 times, but Charlotte Flair comes back and wins it. Along with Final Boss Rock. If you smell
If you want some, come get some.
Go edit that out. All right. Until next time, guys.
Word life.
Yeah. Word to your mama. This is Rasslin Ryan. I'm Mike.
I'm Ryan. We'll catch y'all next time.
See you.